So to get center line, press the tools menu, planer, and then you can move it around by pressing in your pointer finger trigger and sketch on that plane. But if we half hold and point the face of the controller in the direction we want to go, we can lock it on center line like this, and then begin to sketch the center line of the vehicle. You group all these lines together by grabbing them and pressing the purple menu button. If I want to move down this hood line here, I highlight with the grab sphere and then align my controllers head to toe like this, and then hold and move down. A good way of making some wheel welds is to come to the tools menu, select stroke, turn on planer, and turn on precise mode, and then align that panel like this. And then click out those lines. We go to layers, get a new layer, clean line, lower the opacity, lock, and make sure that we have the magnifying glass on our new layer. Now come in here, start to make a clean sketch line. Magnifying glass just means that you're active to that layer. And if you click it again, you can minimize everything else in the space and just make that layer active. Now I have a line that I made with planer, and you'll notice if I put it in edit mode, I can't move the edit point up. I can only move it in these two directions. But because it's in edit mode right now, we can turn off planer and then adjust it in all three axes again. Once you have it in edit mode, it's just going to be the blue check mark here, and that will take it out. And you can put it back in by grabbing the line, holding it, and don't worry about moving it, because as soon as you press the blue button again, it will snap back and you'll get a pin. Just doing a combination of just turning planer on and off and getting clean lines. tell with the color that I have here. Change the color. So this is center line, and you can see that if I turn on rolled after mirror here. So this is where it connects. And if you put a stroke into edit mode, as soon as you bring it close to the center, it will automatically connect. Now it's going to have a peak like this, so you want to add extra points, by pressing that button, and then move them to the point where you have a smooth transition. It's not automatic, it takes a little bit of work, but you can still get a good sketch like that. Here's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to lock the clean line sketch because I know that I want those lines to stay the same. But there's a few lines here on the messy sketch that I want to move over to my clean line sketch. So I'll unlock the messy sketch and unlock clean line. Grab these lines and drop them on my new layer, my clean line. Like that. Lower the opacity on the sketch again, all the way down so I don't see it. Lock magnifying glass on the clean line sketch. And just so everything looks the same, I'll expand the grab sphere by going up on the joystick, grab everything, hold it, and change the color. Now I'm going to start to hone in these lines. And to do that, I really want like a better environment. So I'll press the blue menu button, go to settings, and you have 3 tabs up here: Sketch 8, Preferences, and Workspace. Go to Workspace, and you have Custom Environments and Preset. So Preset is what we're in right now. There's a dark room, there's a warehouse, and then there's a studio room which gives you better lighting for surfaces. But we're going to come down here to Custom because we can change the lighting and the color of the environment. So I'll make it black. And now come back in here. Make my lines blue. And so now we see we have even consistency. It kind of looks like a bunch of tubes, right? What we want to do is give it a sketch feeling. But before we do that, I want to hide the lines behind here. It's a little confusing to see, right? So to do that, press the blue button and create a new layer. And we're just going to call this one Filler. We'll lock the sketch layer, press the purple tools menu and come to volume. And now turn this to a very bright color, something like this green. Now all we want to do is very roughly fill the shape within. That is a feature we just developed like two weeks ago. And essentially you hold this button and you press this button. Oh, there you go, there it is. I didn't know they put it in this one. Yeah, and it's still a little buggy, but when you rotate this controller, you should be able to evaluate highlights But yeah, really quickly, we're gonna just come in here and fill this volume. And the only thing you want to do is make sure that you don't intersect lines like that. So if you do, you either delete it or put it into edit mode and just move these points up. Be very messy with this. Okay, but that's all right because we're not keeping it that way. Now, expand the grab sphere, grab this, and just to make it easier, press the purple button at the same time so it's grouped now. Grab it again, press the color wheel button, and push in all the way until it's black. Grab it one more time and change it to flat material. And now that it's flat material, you can't really see through, yeah? So just because, let's say we want some white sketches, I'll come back, make the environment white, grab this, change it to white. All right, good enough. Lock it, come back to the clean line layer, change these sketch lines to black. Oh, sorry, the environment has to be flat as well. Now, I can come in and edit these lines, and so I want it to be like a sketch. So I'll grab the endpoints here, and while I'm holding them, go left and right to tape it all in. I can grab more than one. Yep, just scaling it with the thumb. And this is really nice because it adds line weight. And we all know that line weight is one of the most important things for a good sketch.
Any other speeches that you can show using this basic version of
Should be all of them.
for this like one-time price?
Yeah. Yeah, because the whole point of today's exercise is not complicated tools, right? I've only used about 3 or 4 tools this entire time. So that's going to be the goal of today, is to get a rough sketch out, and then hopefully in the second part of the day we can clean up the sketch. If not, no big deal. And then I'll show you in a little bit that we'll move to Photoshop to finish the sketch. After you've done that much, if you want, you can make it a little bit more detailed quickly and come in with things like the surface tool, change the color, and just very quickly like this, lay in your windows. Move the points around. Okay, so once we have something like this, turn off world axes, come to settings, and you can make a stage. Then the blue button again, take screenshot, and in here, and adjust the field of view, and then also blur. Press the blue button when you want to take a screenshot. So, yeah, that's what you do with the sketch. So if you spend more time, you can have like much higher precision, vary the line weight, add section lines, do all sorts of things like that. And to get with the graphic, to check your proportion, press the blue button and come down here to orthographic viewport. You'll get all the viewports on your hand like this, but what's nice is you can take the grab sphere and grab side view, top view, any view that you need, pull it out into the space and enlarge it, and then right down here you can take a screenshot of these views and then drop those into Photoshop just for reference. And it's also, so to show this, it's also real time.
Yeah.
So if I start sketching in the space, you'll see it updated there. You did a very loose sketch here and you understood the proportion well, then you could then import them into Alias and use your workflow there for a more precise design. I think that's probably good for now.